Meanwhile, back here at home, Nick Reiner, the son of legendary filmmaker Rob Reiner, has pleaded not guilty in the stabbing deaths of his parents. Reiner appeared in a Los Angeles courtroom earlier today for his arraignment on 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Prosecutors accuse Reiner of killing his parents inside their home in December after they attended a holiday party together. NBC News national correspondent Morgan Chesky joins us now. Morgan, tell us more about what happened in court today and what can we expect from Reiner's next court appearance, which is scheduled for April.
Yeah, Vicki, Morgan, this was an arraignment that had been postponed because the last time we were there at the courthouse when Nick Reiner showed up with his prior defense counsel led by attorney Alan Jackson, it was at that moment that he announced that he was withdrawing his representation for Reiner, saying in a press conference after the fact that he did believe Reiner was innocent. However, he would not be the one representing him going forward. That's when a public defender was assigned to Reiner's case, who we heard from today as they entered the plea of not guilty. That is what transpired in this courtroom today. We did have a chance to hear from prosecutor Nathan Hochman regarding this high-profile case and its twists and turns that we've already seen. And here's what he had to say.
The case is on track. We have provided the bulk of discovery to defense counsel, and we are now waiting for the coroner's report. When that is provided to the district attorney's office, it will in turn be provided to defense counsel. This case is a death penalty eligible case.
As far as what could be happening in April, Morgan and Vicki, that is the set date for a preliminary hearing. We could get a peek at some of the evidence that may be discussed as this case goes forward. However, as we've seen with his prior arraignments that have been on the docket, a postponement is likely. That said, this is slowly starting to build as all eyes watch this very high-profile case here.
You know, Morgan, the charges against Reiner include what's called special circumstances. In a case like this, what does that actually mean?
Morgan, it essentially enhances the charges here. And the charges in Nick Reiner's case, 2 counts of first-degree murder. You mentioned that special circumstance, allegation of multiple murders, and then again of using a deadly weapon. Authorities confirmed that at least one of the weapons used was a knife, if not the primary weapon. Well, again, as Hochman said, have to wait to hear the coroner's report there. That means that if convicted in a trial, should this go to trial, Nick Reiner could face life in prison without the possibility of parole, or, as we've heard the prosecutor allude to in prior press conferences, the death penalty is still potentially on the table here because of that additional special circumstance. Guys.
Morgan Chesky for us. Morgan, we appreciate it.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.